Last time midterms came, Republicans said it's going to be a red wave. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see if any of this stuff's going to translate. Let's see if any of this stuff is going to be, converting and helping the left or the right. But there's a lot going to be done between now and then. You have the annual, 250. You have the World Cup. You have the Trump's birthday. You have all these tariff deals. You're going to have, by next midterms, rates are going to be lowered 5 more times, okay, give or take, according to what Goldman and some of these other guys are saying. Rates are going to be lowered 5 times between now and then. Maybe the public offering opens up, maybe more IPOs, maybe the market's going to be a little bit more excited, maybe something's open up. Then what happens with the red wave? And then what happens with the red wave? And then for me, truthfully, like you think about it, who the hell is president in 28? Like, seriously, who is going to be president 2028?
JD Vance.
You think it's going to be JD Vance?
Well, here's what I think. If Trump keeps racking up victories, I mean, it's only been 9-10 months, but if he keeps stopping wars or conflicts and returning hostages, if he keeps racking up victories, and that's the direction we seem to be going, a lot of winning, then the next guy just has to be an extension of Trump. And someone's going to go, I want to keep this trajectory and this motion going this direction. But you got to have victories, and you got to have momentum, and you got to have positivity.
I'm going to push back on you because I think, unfortunately, you might be factually incorrect. Because there's only one Trump. And if you look at the polling right now, actually pulled it up to the Rob, right now, quote unquote, JD Vance is the favorite in the Republican Party, and your dear friend, Gavin Newsom is the most likely candidate on the left. But if you scroll down a little bit, you could show that it's a dead even race looking forward to 2028. I don't like to speculate. I don't like to look that far ahead. But for any Republican who just thinks that JD Vance is just walking into the White House, you got some explaining to do. Because in my opinion, your governor, your wonderful, amazing psychopath, I believe you called him a governor, sociopath, is the most likely president in 2028. And he will reverse everything Trump's done.
Oh, he will.
To me, that is the scariest thing out there right now.
If you stop the war in Ukraine and beef prices come down and gas rate, if there's a lot, I'm saying with the caveat of lots of victories versus you want to go back to California governance.
I just think that
I think he will.
Well, because what's
I think
the
Gavin
selling point?
Newsom, if you just look at it at a candidate, if you're the average American will look at a good-looking Gavin Newsom and standing up to Trump, and a younger, sort of unknown commodity as JD Vance, I think the average American who does not know about politics will break towards Newsom. That's how dumb Americans are.
I think Adam makes a good point. It's like
good Adam, you mean?
Good Adam, yeah. But it's like all the wins that are happening. It's like what I'm just curious. And don't get me wrong, I completely believe that Democrats are just like, we want the guy with the good hair.
Yep.
Trump is kicking butt so much. Like what is the other person going to run on? Because Gavin so far is just going, Trump is bad, Trump is Hitler, Trump is bad.
They'll come up with some, like, it was all Trump, JD Vance didn't do anything.
You know what they'll actually say?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what I would actually say. You ready?
Go ahead.
I would actually, if I was advising the Democrats, when it is the last 6 months, I'm not talking about primary, I'm talking general election.
Yeah.
During the general election, you're going to hear Democrats talk about that JD Vance isn't Trump.
Oh,
right.
Good point.
They're going to build up Trump.
Yeah.
You're going to see in the weirdest way,
Yeah.
they're going to campaign towards how amazing Trump is, and that doesn't mean JD is Trump.
Great point.
It's not.
Yes.
Great
That's
point.
what they're going to do. So you're not going to see it till about July of 2028. You won't see it till
praising him and saying he'll never amount to that.
He actually was a deal maker. He was a businessman. He was a commodity. Who's this guy?
And those people in the basement vaping are going to go, you're right.
I'm telling you, it is a dead even heat right now, 2028.
No, that's
Democrats have the lowest approval rating they've ever had, yet they're still exactly even for 2028.
Yeah, the words talk and numbers scream. And right now, the polling numbers are very neutral on both sides. When you look at like long term, we're at a point of neutrality. There's not. You have to look at the following, and this is what we looked at when we did our polling episodes that we would do coming up to the election. The intensity of what an Arizona voter felt about immigration was like 8.9. The intensity of what a Missouri voter felt about immigration was like a 4. So you have to look at the intensity. In other words, both Democrats and Republicans in Arizona, where people were actually coming across the border and sleeping in the alleyway behind your house and causing actual physical problems with just humanity and waste and everything that was going with it. That's the intensity. Right now, the intensity for the election on these pollings is like a 5. When you drop down into it, it's a 5. So people are being polled, but they're not at the point of, oh, crap, this matters. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. And I agree with you on the strategy side. We're going to get there. But right now, this stuff is going to be back and forth like a gentle pendulum. And I think that JD Vance, they're sending him out to drive energy. Everywhere you see JD Vance, he's driving energy in every encounter. And I think it's very intentional. But it's going to be gentle until we get to next year.
JD is going to have the backing of a handful of very powerful people.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, one, Musk, I think we'll get behind JD.
Yep.
Peter Thiel,
Yep.
we'll get behind JD. And, Ellison, those guys are going to get behind JD.
I agree.
I think those guys are very, very important. The left has to sit there figuring out how the hell do you get Zuck back? How the hell do you get those guys back? And they're not done. They never underestimate the power of, what the enemy is going to do. They're not sitting around just sitting there saying, well, maybe we go to 2032, Nope. I think
Not
want
them.
this here. And you know what else is exciting for TV for 2028? You know what else is exciting about 2028? For TV. Like, you know how much I love Katie Porter? She's great for TV, right?
Beautiful.
If she was willing, I'd sign her for her take. She's my kind of a person.
100%. What are you
Her
not-
take. You got a job. If you
could-
don't make it,
she could-
come on down,
She
right?
could stay with me.
Did you
But
ever
let
think
me
you would
tell
make
you
it?
what I'm most excited about 2028. There's going to be so many, draft picks of people running for president 2028 that are going to come out of nowhere. You're going to be like, what? Like, man, John McAfee, I'm running for president.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, wait,
still alive?
antivirus John McAfee running for president. You're going to have the weirdest people announced because it's officially you're not getting in Trump's way.
Yep.
Of course.
He's done his 2
Yeah,
terms.
go for it.
The floodgates are going to open up, and it's going to be awesome for TV. I hope some crazy personalities get in.
Yep.
That I hope it's not going to be like, well, according to the Constitution,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like
no.
bored out of my mind. It's like I'm watching freaking,
Mike Huckabee, Scott
championship
Walker,
game
yeah.
with nobody. Like, imagine if
Yeah,
the World Series is Mariners against pick one of the teams, Cubs.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
I don't
Milwaukee
know.
Brewers.
Milwaukee
That's-
Brewers.
whatever.
Give me a flip and
Wah,
break.
wah.
You know who I want to see? I want to see Dodgers Yankees.
Yankees. You and me both.
I want to see Dodgers Yankees, right? Who wants to see these? But listen, I'm sure if I go to Chicago, they're going to slash my
Yeah.
tires, or they're going to slash
They
the Uber
lost.
drivers' tires, or what do you call them, Milwaukee or some of these other places.
Yeah.
We were Milwaukee last year, by the way. We love Milwaukee. It's a great place.
Milwaukee.
Go Robin Yount. He was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Paul
Big
Molitor.
fan, 3,000 hits.
Gorman Thomas.
You're phenomenal, right? Anyways, Adam.
Do you think that JD Vance has that it factor? Because here's my opinion. Remember the debate between DeSantis and Gavin Newsom? DeSantis whooped him up, yet everyone thought that Gavin won. I'm actually a big advocate of JD Vance. I don't think he's got the it factor that Newsom has. And I'm not a fan of
Here's-
Newsom. Do you think he has the it factor?
Here's how I would answer that,
Sure.
and I'm going to wrap up. So here's how I would answer that. The way I would answer is, you know how in the 80s, everything was about having a big center in the NBA.
Yeah.
So everybody wanted a center.
King
The
Olajuwon,
league was
Patrick
the
Ewing.
center league, right?
Yeah, David
Tom,
Robinson.
I know you got to use the restroom. So it was like all about centers,
Tom,
right?
get outta here.
Yeah, it was all about centers. Rob already went, but it was all about centers. And then a guy named Michael Jordan shows up. It's like, oh shit, we got to beat this guy up. So Pistons beat him without a center. Lambier's not a center. His vertical leap was 6 inches. He wasn't necessarily a center, but it was tough and rugged. And then 90s, it changed, right? And then 2000, it changed. The first, Celtics. You got Paul
it turned
Pierce,
into a
you
big
got-
three type of thing.
I think 2028 strategy is going to be very different because possibly the greatest character ever to enter politics is gone. And there's going to be such a vacuum. I don't even think people are ready for it. I'm telling you.
what is the new center, so to speak?
It's not about the center. It's about you have to sit there and be like, dude, we will never have a guy like that again.
Never.
I'm gonna have to. You're gonna have to settle for somebody. There is no up.
No,
I don't know how to describe it.
We're gonna go down.
No, you have to settle.
Yeah.
You have to settle. Like, maybe you have.
I know we gotta wrap up.
Adam, who's gonna
I know we
top
gotta wrap
Donald
up,
Trump?
guys.
Who's gonna?
I know we gotta wrap up,
Adam,
guys, but
Adam, there's
He
nobody.
was wrapping up, and then you interrupted
Wait,
again.
I actually want to hear
There's
this.
nobody that's ever gonna get
You
to.
asked
You got
for it.
10 seconds.
okay.
Who above
we're
Trump?
still living in social media. We're still living in the attention economy. The days of policy wonk, they're done. It's all about personality. It's all
So-
about
so
attention.
who above
JD doesn't have it, is my point. The only person on the right that I think has it, if we can get this guy going again, it's one name. Vivek.
No way.
That guy's a gangster.
No way. Nope.
I'm telling you right now.
Nope.
Vivek could do it.
With all due
Vivek
respect,
has learned his lesson.
absolutely not.
Vivek has learned his lesson. He's going to come up firing. Who on
I
the
like
right?
Vivek. Dana White.
Dana
Hey,
White.
look at you. See, you got
But
like.
by the way, like he is going in the right direction. I agree with him. To me, that's who is a guy that, the market's going to be like, what the Dana? Like, I think a guy like that. You need somebody that's been inside the flip. We're at the Vol conference. Everybody, you remember what happened during the Vol conference?
Of course, with
Audio,
Charlie?
everything.
Yeah,
Charlie and
yeah.
Charlie. Oh my God, how did you guys hold it together? This is the day-to-day stuff. The next level, Dana's been inside the storm for his entire life. You're gonna get some weird people getting into it. Some
That
very
would
weird people
put
getting
Trump
into
in a very
it.
hard predicament, choosing between his VP and his UFC friend Dana White.
Every time we do the Vol conference, if you've attended, you know this. I stand up and I speak for probably 45 hours is what I do at the Vol conference. And I love it. I love being around the guys. I love it. But I wear the Ferragamo shoes when I do this. Or I wear some kind of dress shoes. Eventually, for the last 25 years, I've always been on stage walking around. I'm like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of it. I want a shoe that I'm comfortable wearing. And here's what I love. I don't like shoes that are so heavy. That's a dumbbell. You can use it as a weapon. I don't want that. Like the Xenia, you carry it. I have so many of them, but they're so heavy. Like you can literally curl the Xenia, the shoes, and you'll get a pump within 30 reps. And I wanted the combination of the Hoka, the On Cloud, the Super Foam, because there's a big thing going on right now with the Super Foam where the bottom of the shoe, you wear it. You know which ones I'm talking about, the On Cloud or the Hokas, right? They're so comfortable. And I said, what if we take luxury and then combine it with the super comfort? What would that look like? And let's build it in Italy. So what do? We went to Italy. We designed the shoe in Florida. We made the shoe in Italy in five of the factories. We went back and forth, God knows how many times. And by the way, the shoes we're about to launch and introduce to you right now, where you're going to see the video for the first time, I've been wearing those shoes for the last 22 days straight. I'm wearing them right now. I literally wear it with suits. I wore it yesterday when we went to lunch. I wear it every single day. It's the most comfortable shoes I have, yet it's authentic Italian leather. Rob, if you don't mind playing the video, go for it. Here's the video of the latest shoe, the FLBs. When we set out to create a shoe that blends comfort, function, and luxury, we had the choice to make it fast. We had the choice to make it cheap. We chose neither. Instead, we chose Tuscany, Italy. We chose true Italian craftsmanship, each pair touched by 50 skilled hands. We chose patience, spending 2 years perfecting every detail, and we chose the finest quality at every step. Introducing the Future Looks Bright collection. Not rushed, not disposable, not ordinary. Rather, intentional, luxurious, timeless.
Boom.
There you go. Designed in Florida, 100% made in Italy. 50 hands touch each shoe that was made. And here's what's unique about it. I want to kind of show this to everybody that knows this. And I've worn pretty much every one of these shoes. So if you compare this, the Italian leather, of course, it's made in Italy. It's not assembled, made in China, assembled in Italy. 100% made in Italy, assembled in Italy. It's FLBs, Berluttis, which are $1,840. Ferragamos are $895. Xenias are $1,190, and Gucci's are $950. Leather premium lining, all of them except for Gucci. Laceless feature, it's the FLBs, the Berluttis, you have laces. Ferragamos, laceless. And then you have also the Xenias, and then the Gucci's have the laces. I don't want to wake up in the morning, put laces on. I want to get out the house. Took me 3 seconds to put my shoes on today. Craftsman, 5 different Italian factories all made this shoe. Berluttis are the same as us, as well as FLB. But the only shoe, these trainers, The only one in the world today, according to the factories that told me this in Italy, that has the super foam, the only one that has the same super foam used in the On Clouds and the Hokas, it's the FLBs, and they're officially out, and you can place the order. Here's a challenge. We only have 1,000 of these pairs. And when you say 1,000 of these pairs, they start from size, I believe, is it 8? It goes 8, 9, 10, 10.5, 11, 11.5, 12, 13. Those are the sizes that we have. And the shoes that you can get today, the colors, you have access to, Rob, if you can go back there, you can have access to those browns, which is absolutely beautiful. And by the way, the brown on the bottom, the stitching on the side is a left stitching. If you can change the picture, and on the bottom it says the future looks bright. Look at the white lines on the side. It's beautiful. The only ones we have right now that you can get sent out today are the black and the browns. If you do want the white to pre-order, I would highly recommend you do so. They're going to come out the second week of December. So the white and the navy blue comes out the second week of December. The browns and the blacks are available. If you believe the future looks bright as much as we do, go place the order. There's nothing like sitting in the boardroom with your trainers and you put your feet over your knee and people look at the bottom of your shoe and it says future looks bright. That's how you get deals done. All right, so they're out. I'm excited to announce it, and I'm very happy for people to go sport it. When you get them, take pictures, send it our way. We're going to show all these shoes, all the pictures that are being taken. I already got a bunch of them sent to me on Instagram. Go to vtmerch.com, place your order. It's all over the website. Maybe buy it for your husband, buy it for your brother, buy it for your coworkers, buy it for your best salespeople if you want to let them know the future looks bright.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.